Hey Bearweight Nation, hope you guys are all doing fantastic today. If you're currently subscribed, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe if you like the content. We talk nothing about weightlifting, training, peptides, pharmaceuticals, things like that, injuries. So if you guys haven't been watching my channels or have been kind of watching lately, I recently tore my pec. So I just got done with my surgery 2 days ago, post-op 2 days. I wanted to make a video yesterday, but I was kind of just completely out of it still from all the anesthesia and the pain that I was in from basically them going in there. And if you guys want to take a look, that's right there. I'm in a sling right now. They went in there and they basically had to repair the tendon that had ruptured from the bone, and there was also some slight tears in my muscle fibers too, so they had to kind of stitch a little bit of that together. The surgery was a success. The doctor felt very confident about my surgery. He was a really good surgeon. I've had very good experience with him. I've already met a handful of his patients who've all had nothing but great news to talk about him. So I felt very confident going into surgery and kind of coming out of it. Figured I'd be able to start getting back into training within, my full strength should come back in about a year, they say. But as of right now, just be able to get back to moving my arm up and down. So far, the pain's been pretty high. I would say the first day, of course, you're numbed out. They numb your arm down, so they're going to inject something into your neck. That's a numbing agent. It's going to literally numb your arm for about a day. I couldn't feel my fingers for the first day. So if you guys end up taking your sling off, make sure you hold your hand because it will flop over, which scared me a little bit because I didn't realize it. But I kind of want to just talk about my experience, going into surgery, the mentality I had prepared myself, the fear that may be there, or anxiety that might be there. I think anyone who goes into surgery, it can be a little daunting. This would be my first major surgery where I was actually completely put under. It was a trippy experience, I will say that. So I was really kind of apprehensive at first, but kept my cool through the whole process. So I checked in on Monday, went in, basically they went ahead and injected, or we did all the questionnaires and stuff like that. Then I had the anesthesiologist come out, the head nurse, and then of course one of their other nurses come out and just kind of talk to me about my stuff and ask me the same questions over and over again. Medication, have I eaten, all that good stuff. So of course you're not going to be able to eat, before midnight or drink anything. So before your surgery. So as soon as I went in there, talked to the doctor, he had to work on like 8 people that day. This guy was just rolling through with surgeries. He's a pretty busy guy. So, as I was saying, I was, kind of went in. I talked to the anesthesiologist. He came into the room. He talked to me about the stuff he's going to inject. They used ultrasound, checked my nerve endings. They injected basically anesthesia that just numbed my whole arm down. So my arm went numb before I went into surgery, and then I just moved to the next table, and the stuff they put in you, because it's an injection for the anesthesiologist, was kind of a bit surprising to me, because they literally just told me to breathe in and out, and about 4 seconds later, I remember just waking up. I just completely woke up in the bed, and I was like, what happened? And then, my arm's in the sling, the stitchers are there, or the little pads here, and they got me all stitched up and stuff, and they're like, you're done. I was like, what? It took me a minute to kind of start orienting my mind and just kind of figure out where I was at and everything else. So that was a really crazy experience. And of course, leaving the hospital, you have little to no pain because you're just so numbed out. I could feel my arm was, I could start feeling the swelling, and I felt a little heat, just kind of feeling it. And then of course, kind of getting home, they gave me some hydrocortisone, or basically opioids, to help numb some of the pain out. And then of course, they're going to give you some stuff for laxatives, basically medical grade laxatives, to clean your system out, because I guess after anesthesia you start kind of having some problems with bowel movements for a little bit. So they gave me that too. And then so far, like I said, day 1 wasn't too bad because I couldn't feel anything. Day 2, I started feeling the pain, started rising. It probably got to a level of about a 5. Of course, really rough. I can't move my arm outwards. I still have a lot of weakness in this area just because there's so much damage that's been done, that's being repaired. So, I can move my bicep up and down, but I got to be really careful. You don't want to swing your arm out or anything like that. So the biggest thing is, guys, if you go into surgery, anytime you get out of it, always plan ahead. Like, how I started actually practicing like 3 days before how I was going to do everything in my life with one arm, keeping my arm as tight as I could next to my body. I could unstrap it about 3 times a day, and then I kind of move up and down just to kind of get some blood flowing. And then I walk around the yard trying to get my heart rate up just so I can get some blood flowing in there. And of course, I got my peptides and everything else I'm taking. I bumped up all my supplements. So if you haven't, go get some joint health, ligament health stuff. Get all that stuff ready. So as soon as, because you're going to be down. It's very difficult to kind of get anywhere. It's very difficult to ride in a car because you feel all the bumps, because you feel all the stitching and the tendons and everything else. I could feel where the connective tissue is and stuff like that. I could just feel everything's kind of swollen. It hurts. So you just want to be ready for that. You really, 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 I can't stress this enough. Plan everything you do. Don't mess around. Don't take this light, because you have one chance of this. I saw another video where a guy who actually had the same surgery I had. He fell over, and that ruined his pec to the point where he lost a bunch of strength because of it, and didn't heal fully because of it. So just be very aware of yourself, and then you're going to start basically your physical therapy 2 weeks out. So as with surgery, my first physical therapy date is going to be the 3rd, so it's a little over 2 weeks, which is fine for me. So it's giving me more time to kind of just focus on healing, getting myself mentally ready just to kind of go through the pain that I'm going to be having to go through that first couple weeks of surgery, or first couple weeks of therapy, because that's going to be a rough time, just because you're moving fibers that are just now all just basically scar tissue, and just your body's still in inflammation, and it's just not, this is not normal. But like I was saying, I'm going to end up, if you guys want to see the pictures, I'll be getting the pictures soon enough, my MRIs and things like that, and I can show you. I had them take pictures when I was under. I haven't seen them yet. I'm just waiting to get them back from the hospital at this point in time, because I'm actually really curious to see what kind of damage was in there, how bad was the tissue torn and everything else. But what I know, they bolted into my bone, so they got I believe it's three spots where they drilled in, and they basically put it's like a fiber, like a nylon. Then they basically sutured in my tendon, tied it in, and then did the same thing with my muscle, tied it in. I guess the surgery was about an hour long in total. So, but I hope that encourages anyone else out there. If you have done this kind of pec tear, the surgery is just worth it. Just find yourself a really good doctor. I was very fortunate enough to have a really, really good surgeon who was just really looked out for me, wanted to take care of me, and said, yeah, we can get this done. And after the surgery, he was very confident. And I feel very confident this is going to be a great, experience overall. I just have to be smart about my rehab and just not pushing myself. It'll be a year before I'm under the bench again. So I'm just going to take my time. And of course, when I'm going to moving forward, I'm just going to focus on lighter reps, or lighter weights. So higher reps, and I'm just going to focus on just building myself like a bodybuilder and get away from the powerlifting, just because I'm not going to risk another injury like that. It's just not worth it. And that's okay. You got to learn. I've injured my back. I've had multiple injuries over the years, football injuries. So, you're bound to get injury no matter what you do in life. It's just how you're going to treat yourself after the fact that you've been injured, and not let your ego get in the way. So hopefully that encourages you guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Anything about the surgery, I'll keep posting you guys updates. I'll be posting another weekly update on just kind of where I'm at with how it feels, what I've noticed, any changes, and then kind of working into my therapy, and then training, and then just cardio and stuff like that. So on that, guys, you guys have a good one, and Bear Weight Nation out.